everyone. I am in Cornwall. I've been on the road for 5.5 hours and I'm nearly at my destination. I'm going to the ancient market town of Launceston and I'm visiting Dunhevid Lodge, who were consecrated way back in 1859. Lodge number, if my memory serves me correctly, 799. Apart from that, I don't know what else to tell you yet. Hopefully, you'll carry on watching the video and discover with me. See you soon. So, Dunhevid Lodge. Originally met at the King's Arms Hotel. The petition in 1859 was submitted to the Grand Lodge and they first met there in 1860 and it was their home for 17 years. But now they meet here. This is Dunhevid Lodge. Sits on top of a hill overlooking parts of Launceston. The upper floor is the lodge room and the ground floor is the room for the festive board. Known as the gateway to Cornwall, Launceston is a charming market town that sits just across the border from Devon. I had the time to have a good look around before making my way to the lodge. The Church of St Mary Magdalene, built in the 16th century, boasts some wonderful stone carvings. At the edge of the town there are the remains of a Norman castle built by William the Conqueror's half-brother, no less. You can approach the castle via this impressive gateway, and here's a shot of the market masons and money. I arrived back at the lodge and had a chance to have a really good look around before the meeting started. The room had real atmosphere, quite chilly but very, very welcoming. There was one feature in particular that caught my attention: the floor. It was tiled, no carpet here, genuine checkered pavement. Most of the furniture, fittings and fixtures were clearly original, but the three tracing boards were relatively new. They dominated the south wall and were very, very impressive. After a very enjoyable meeting and the usual mugshots, we retired to the bar and dining area below. Fantastic old gents, aren't they?
Yeah,
I love these old photos, I really do. Going way, way back, look at this. Well, this guy looked important. Well, they all look important. As one might expect, there was a great deal of humour at the festive board, and I was able to thank the brethren for their welcome and very kind donation to the festival. Yesterday I visited Launceston and Dunhevid Lodge in Cornwall, just on the Cornish-Devon border. Launceston once was the gateway to Cornwall, but now, since the building of the dual carriageway on the A30, it seems to have been bypassed in more ways than one, and now sits as a picturesque little backwater. But plenty of nice little shops and a good feel about the place, as there was in the lodge itself. I must say that they're clearly struggling though. They're running out of members, they're looking after the hall. But I've got to say the welcome they gave was one of the best ever. Really friendly and really enjoyable evening. Yep, they did things differently in the lodge room. I did recognise most of it. So now I'm in Exeter. I'm just outside the castle walls, looking forward to a meeting of St George's Lodge, which is a fine dining lodge in the centre of Exeter City. And it's a black tie do. I imagine that the contrast between tonight and what happened last night will be quite obvious. Looking forward to it. So, having got to Exeter, I went to the address of the hall, Gandy Street, Exeter, in the city centre. It's a little narrow alleyway, Gandy Street. Could I find the hall? Interesting. I had the whole day to look around and see the sights. I eventually found the hall. It's probably one of Masonry's best kept secrets. But what a hall! Really is. This is a fantastic piece of equipment as well, isn't it? The meeting was of the highest quality. Everyone who took part was very much on point, not least the worshipful master, who shook my hand when all was done. This is where we dined. I had taken this shot before the tables were set up. I was impressed, but not as much as when I saw the spread for the meal itself. Crystal glasses, candelabra, and how about this for a snuff box? And that was it. Visiting both lodges was an eye-opening experience. In Devon, I saw a lodge that's thriving in numbers and resources, a clear sign of strength and continuity. In Cornwall, I'm at a smaller lodge facing challenges, but what really stood out was the warmth, sincerity and brotherhood I felt there. It reminded me that Freemasonry isn't just about size or resources, it's about the values we live by and the bonds we share. Together, these two lodges show the many different ways that the craft continues to flourish. All that remains is for me to thank you for watching, and I hope you stay with me as I continue my journey of the provinces.